Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Namo Namah, Jai Ranga, Jai Shri Hare. We're going to be looking at Das Pahira Taal today, continuing on with these longer 32 Matra tehais here to start Hare Krishna. The last one we had was the Dheretenak, teteketaketetete. Now we're going to have a different version of this, kind of all the way through, and then I'll show you also another tehai for that Dheretenak, teteketaketetete. I gave one tehai there, and then, or the da-ta, different versions of that. And we'll show you one really kind of cool one that Bablu taught me a while ago. So this one here is the first introduction of a very interesting kind of bold jati pattern where we're breaking up the taal and we're placing tereketa at the start and then ketaketeteketa to break the taal up across 6 matras there, or 6 spaces, however you want to see the matra break up. So we have tereketa at the start for 2, tereketa 2, and then ketaketeteketa, so now you're in 6, and then ketaketeteketa 4 again, and then 2 tisajatis for the last 6, ketaketeteketa, so you have 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So this bold jati pattern of 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can take that pattern and play it any way you like. You can play 4, 4, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 4, 4, 4, 2, 4, 3, 3, any of those equal up to 16. So as you get better and better, you can start writing all of these different bold jati patterns as well. So we have the start here, Dheretenak. Let's see where, same as the other one, Dheretenak, taketa, same as the last one I taught. Instead of the Dheretetere, now we have Dheretenak, taketa, teretere ketataketereketa, right? We're into this double speed version. Dheretenak, taketa, teretere ketataketereketa. Right? So that's what we have there. Then this bold jati pattern of 2, 4, 4, 3, 3. Tereketa, tereketa, ketatete, teteketa, ketatete, teteketa, ketatete, ketaketeteketa. Look at this again. Tereketa, ketatete, teteketa, ketatete, teteketa, ketatete, ketatete. Now this here is very important because you're learning to sing across different bold jatis as they're not exactly falling on strict 4, 4, 4, 4. And you're learning to kind of play outside of the taal a little bit and sing in taal at the same time. You're still playing in taal, but you're breaking the bold jatis up so that the hits are actually falling in between and on different parts of the matras. Dheretenak, taketa, teretere ketataketereketa, terekete, tereketaketetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetetenak, taketa, teretere ketataketereketa. Let's look at that again. Here I've got it written because I wrote this a while ago, still with the ketaketeteketas, but I'll change this in the description to the, because we're going ketaketeteketa, tereketa, keretete, kereteteteketa, kereteteteketa. Doesn't really matter, we know what we're doing, but we'll just try to keep a standard nomenclature here. Kereteteteketa. So let's look at this once more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and then you move into the next hit there. I haven't taught that whole thing yet, but that's kind of how you sing with it. Hare Krishna, there. So we have the gurud and the lagu. Dheretenak, taketa, teretere ketataketereketa, so let's just practice that. So you should be able to play that quite proficiently like that. So just practice tereketaketeteketa. Once you're good with that, then start practicing how to sing Hare Krishna with it as well. So let's look at this whole. I'll speak it now for the first part. Dheretenak, taketa, so that's the first part. Second part. Dhe-dhin-Teretere Ketataketereketa. Dhe-dhin-deregena. Strong on the din. Dhe-dhin. Din is very soft on the index finger here and strong on the ge. On the bayan, on the bottom part there. Dhe-dhin-deretere. That's in double speed. Dhe-dhin-deretere Ketataketereketa. Dhe-dhin-deretere Ketataketereketa. Dhe-dhin-deretere Ketatake-tereketa. So this part's a little different as well. We have this ketatake-tereketa. Dhe-dhin-deretere Ketataketereketa. Then we have dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin. Let's get this light a little better here. See here? There. Dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin. Right? Dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin. Very interesting kind of pattern here. Dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin. Ketataketereketa. Dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin. Dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin. Ketataketereketa. So we have dhe-dhin-deretere Ketataketereketa. So quicker. So that part you want to come up to a quick double speed like that as well, so you can play it in kirtan. Then the actual tehai part, as all the rest of this is decoration before. Then we have dhe-dhin-deregena, 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 right? Dhe-dhin-deregena, dhe-dhin-deregena, jha-a-ke-ke. So you have 4 hits here in the one matra. Dhe-dhin-deregena, dhe-dhin-deregena. Let me see here. 1, 2. That's actually not written out right because that's in double speed. So each day here has to have a space. So we're actually hitting the merdanga 8 times there. The spaces. So we have dhe-dhin, dhe-dhin-deregena. The dhe-dhin is in double speed, so you're hitting it 4 there. So each day and din has a little 8th note space. Dhe-dhin, dhe-dhin-deregena, dhe-dhin-deregena, jha. 1, 2, ki. Let's see here. Dhe-dhin-deregena, dhe-dhin-deregena, jha. So yeah, I just had to check over a few things there. It's very difficult writing this stuff out because there's so many different ways of writing things. I just looked back at a mantra I presented earlier in the course, and it was written out same mantra but differently because we weren't writing the whole thing in double speed. And I noticed that a space was missing for the day and the din. Now, like obviously after I present all this, hopefully later I'll be able to go through everything and then re-edit it all and work through all of it and fix all the nomenclature. Right now it's just kind of a basic presentation of kind of getting through these things and having kind of a learning process for myself as well. But in this particular case, we only have just the ND-high here of 8 matras, and we've written the whole thing in double speed. So I was looking at this, and there's different ways you could write it, but we actually, so the Dheretenak actually comes into double speed. You'll see a bracket around it, and that facilitates us understanding. So we have dhe-dhin is 1, 2 of the 4 hits in the mantra here, because they're in 4 times. So we have 1, 2, and then tere is played in double speed over the double speed. So that becomes 1 hit of a double speed, and the gena is a second hit in double speed, but you're already in double speed, so you're doubling it up. So it's actually quadruple speed. So the dhe-dhin is very quick. Dhe-dhin-deregena, jha. So you can hear that, right? Compares to dhe-dhin-Teretere Ketataketereketa, double speed. Dhe-dhin-deregena. So the dhe-dhin is in double speed. So I just wanted to go over that. So let's look at this again. Dhe-dhin-teretere. See how this teretere is not that quick? Dhe-dhin-teretere Ketataketereketa, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see here. Dhe-dhin, 2, 3, 4. And then yeah, we'll need those spaces there as well. Okay. So you'll see here when you're writing it out and you have 8 spots, and you have to have that space between the day and the din. So technically I could write that the other way here as well. Let me figure it out before I write it out. But so we have dhe-dhin, jha, space, ke. So jha 1 space, jha-keke. Dhe-dhin-deregena, jha-keke. Notice we're soft on the index finger here. Dhe-dhin, and the dins can be strong. Dhe-dhin-deregena, jha-keke. So if we have all of this written out as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces, then we have to show the spaces for the days and the din. So day space, din space, teretere to make 8 matras. So then here we won't have the brackets then, so it will be day space, din space, dhe-dhin in order to have that properly written out. Dhe-dhin, dhe-dhin-deregena. Yeah. Okay. So when you write it like that, then you don't really consider it as being double speed, like double speed. So either way, you'll see it written out here. You'll have the spaces, and you'll understand that you have dhe-dhin, dhe-dhin, all in one matra. And then the laya jati for that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then you're in a laya jati of chatur and your bol jati of chatur as well. So the whole mantra is Dheretenak taketa. Yeah, so the Dheretenak is actually not in double speed the way that we're presenting it here, since the whole mantra is written out in double speed already. So it's just dhe-dhin-deregena, dhe-dhin-deregena, jha-a-ke-ke. And then the key, all that has to be spaced out then to make 8 as well. So you would have jha space, a space, ke space, k space, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then you have jha-keke, jha-keke, keke, see? So it's all about just how you write things out. Sorry about presenting the data again in double speed. It's not actually. Depends how you have your mantra form, but in this particular case, we have 8 possible hits in every mantra. So we have de space, din space, Dheregena, dhe-dhin-deregena, jha-keke. So you'll see all that written out properly now. So I'm glad I worked through that in my head there, little things to think about. So I'll chant with this now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna. So that's how you play this mantra. I had a little bit of a chunk there. Forgot what I was doing for a second. Even professional artists like Lauryn Hill, if you watch her MTV Unplugged, she screws up her songs too and stuff like that. So these videos are totally unedited and mistakes can happen. But yeah, so that's how you use that particular mantra. So then we're going to move on here. Tereketaketetete, tereketaketetete, tereketaketetete. So we have tereketaketetek, 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 jha-a-ke-ke. So this is just a 1, 2, 3. So this happens at Rama. So we have an 8 matra tehai here. And it's just playing off the fact that you're taking out, so like dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin, jha, or dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin, jha, or tereketaketeketa, jha. So we're taking all that out and we're ending it on a nak, and we're leaving 3 spaces between each part. And then when it doubles up between the 2, so you always have like dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin, jha, dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin, jha, dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin, dhe-dhin-dhe-dhin, jha, dhe-dhin. When you line them up, you have spaces between some of them, and then you have that part in between the tehai where you have to double up. So here we have tereketaketetete, 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 tereketaketetetek, tereketaketetek, 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 jha. So you have tereketaketetek, 1, 2, 3 spaces. So you can chant in your head, tereketaketetek, 1, 2, 3, tereketaketetek, 1, 2, 3, tereketaketetek, 1, tereketaketetek, 1, 2, 3, tereketaketetek, 1, 2, 3, tereketaketetek, 1, jha. So let's just look at the pattern here of fingering. Tereketaketetek, 1. And then the tereketa is in double speed here. Tereketa, terekete, and it actually becomes te because we're into the nak, right? So teretenak, double speed. So this is what you're playing every time. Teretenak, teretenak, tereketenak, 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 1, 2, 3, tereketenak, 1, 2, 3, tereketenak, 1, 2, 3, tereketenak, 1, 2, 3, tereketenak, jha. So let's chant that again. 1, 2, 3, so that's the tehai. Tereketaketenak, tereketaketenak, tereketenak, tereketaketenak, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so let's chant. Rama, Rama, so let's do that again. Rama, Rama, that's pretty interesting mantra. You'll have to really think about this in order to play it. Get the speed up for the teretenak. Understand how it's playing out here in the pattern of, you have 8 spots and where each part fits and stops, and why there's only one space between the nak and the duck in the 1, 2, 3 on the 4th matra there. Duck to the nak, 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 duck to the nak. Tereketaketenak, tereketaketenak, Rama, Rama. That was the same pattern for all these double speed mantras like this. Teretetere jha, teretetere jha, teretetere, teretetere jha, teretetere jha, teretetere jha. So you have the tereketaketetete jha, tereketaketetete jha, tereketaketeteketa jha. So it repeats. That repeat allows you to take 3s and make them into your mantra spaces of 8, and then the 9th beat falls on the next part of your foundational mantra in Pahira Taal. So there's this repeat. Tereketaketetete jha, tereketaketetete jha, tereketaketeteketa jha, tereketaketeteketa. So here we have Dheretenak, 1, 2, 3, Dheretenak, 1, 2, Dheretenak, then it repeats again, Dheretenak, 1, 2, 3, without that space. You're only having there's no space there. It's just the nak actually is part of the mantra with the space in it. So it's Dheretenak, 1, 2, 3, Dheretenak, 1, 2, 3, then it goes Dheretenak, repeats again immediately, Dheretenak, 1, 2, 3, Dheretenak, 1, 3, Dheretenak. Tereketaketenak, 1, 2, 3, Tereketaketenak, 1, 2, 3, Tereketaketenak, Tereketaketenak, 1, 2, 3, Tereketaketenak, 1, 2, 3, Tereketaketenak, jha. So then in Taal, Dheretenak, 1, 2, 3, Dheretenak, 1, 2, 3, Dheretenak, 1, 2, 3, Dheretenak, 1, 2, 3, Dheretenak, jha. Rama, Rama. So like that. Now we have a nice hand practice here. This is going to help you to open up your hand a little bit for fingering and getting these teenies good. And also this pattern here. Teketaketeketini. So we're practicing this teeny. Teketaketeketini. Teketaketereketa. So we already know this, teketaketeteketa. This part here is really important though. Keretake, keretake, right? Keretake, ketatakekete. Oh yeah, ketataketetini. So keretakaketiniti, keretaketetini, Okay, I guess I had to make one change there because I had something written wrong again. So tereketaketeketete, tereketaketeteketa. Tereketaketeketete, tereketaketeteketa. Tereketaketeketete, tereketaketeteketa. So let's just practice that part. Tereketaketeketete, tereketaketeteketa. So that part's a little challenging coming from 1, 3, 4 again. 1, 3, 4. Ketatake-teketeketa, tereketaketeteketa, tereketaketeteketa. 1, 3, 4. Second part. Keretake-ketetete. This part I had written wrong for some reason. It was confusing me. Tereketa, then keretake, keretake, keretete, ke, thumb, 3 fingers, 1 finger. Ke, thumb, 3 fingers, 1 finger. Keretete, ketaketereketa. Ketaketeteketa, keretete. Very cool pattern here. Ketaketeteketa. Keretete. See, that's the same as keretete. Keretete, right? Keretete. But now we're learning to use our fingers there instead of the pattern of keretete. Now we're going keretete, keretete, keretete. Right? Keretete. So just learning to engage the fingers in that pattern there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, So like that you can use it, but this is more a nice little hand practice here primarily, not necessarily going to be used in kirtan in this particular version. So you can just chant with it. So fun little hand practice there. Okay, practice that stuff. I'll write this out properly and get it to you. Sorry, there's a few little hiccups through the classes. It's just there's such a volume of knowledge, and every time I go through these, I find new things that need to be fixed and reworded, and new, writings for the Taal. And there's like no one doing it like this, and everything that was presented to me was never presented in Taal and with proper knowledge and stuff. So it is very challenging, but part of these videos is just me through the process of teaching, learning more and more of the details as well, because as you teach you realize, oh hey, like what's this little detail here, because it's like I can play all this stuff, but then when you really try to write it out in Taal and nitpick it and teach it, it's like, oh, like what is actually happening here, what's happening here, how should this be worded, all these different things. So thank you for bearing with me, and Hare Krishna.